your book. ठीक है? Good. So medieval Europe is open. First of all, I want to share a PowerPoint resource with you to go through the medieval ages again. That we have to discuss about that. So
Ma'am, I don't have. Actually, I left my book at school.
Beta, why I said to everyone that you need to take your history books and notebooks, science book and notebooks. अच्छा आपके पास बुक नहीं है अहमद वकार ठीक है इट्स ओके बेटा वेट वी कैन फाइंड आउट अ solution first of all like I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share you the PowerPoint and these all resources would be shared in your group as well whatever we are doing now. So there is a PowerPoint. It's just being loaded. Let me share it with you. And any of the point about medieval Europe that you want to share before that I would be starting.
Europe did a period called the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages was a time when there was economic, intellectual, and social decline in Europe.
Okay, right.
Medieval history was divided into three main sections of chef.
Gee, anyone else? Do you want to share any point related to Middle Ages?
The
Yes, ma'am.
feudal system, the feudal system was very unfair to the peasants and gave them no chance to improve their circumstances.
Ma'am,
Good. All right.
in the features of medieval society, it was divided in three sections: nobility, church or bar shops, or prison.
Right. Good. Yes,
The
good.
king,
Tathir, Fatma, Manal, and Hamdan. Ji, please. Anybody else want to share?
ma'am, daily life in Middle Ages was like the kings ruled the kingdom by the help of nobles, and they held the
जी
courts about the peasants and the rich people, and then the feudal system was applied over there. As the richer the people were, they were given more favor of the rights.
all right exactly okay actually I'm just trying to open this PowerPoint it will take one more minute to load and then I'm just going to share my screen. Yes, those who have joined now beta we are starting the revision and we have started from the first topic about Middle Ages. First of all I want to show you PowerPoint related to that. I told them to open the book history book and go through some of the points of Middle Ages again because today our focus would be on Middle Ages. Okay. So those who have joined now, they can also open the book till then it's loading. I'm talking about PowerPoint. So go through the points of Middle Ages and just share with all of us. Like three students have shared.
Ma'am, can I share about the fall of Roman Empire?
Yes, please. Now you can share. G, I got the points from 3 to 4 students. If anybody else want to share, I'm just going to open the Middle Ages PowerPoint resource. Yes, Sathir Fatma. Beta, please share.
So, ma'am, it's about the fall of Roman Empire. Like the Roman Empire declined after 300 years, and the basic reasons were the conversion of Byzantine ruler to Constantine, and conversion in religion as Christianity.
Okay. All right. Good. Well done. Yes,
Okay,
Hashim, do you want to share?
I tell you,
Mm-hmm. Yes, Hashim, you can share.
kings lived in their kingdom with the nobles and it ruled then they were held the shows and different shows were held like festivals where people can have fun, dance and party and their popular sport was hunting deers and the peasants and common people were not allowed to play cards. There were the events like Christmas, Saints'
Mm-hmm.
Days, Easter, and in which and New Year Eve.
All right. Okay. So, right, for now I disabled you all because I think my screen is already shared with you. And one thing, beta, please, you all are sensible. Again, I'm saying कि if you are not speaking, so please mute your mics, right? So I disabled you for a while. And my screen is visible to you. I also want acknowledgement. I'm going to again unmute you, but you are not going to unmute yourself if you are not speaking. This is a request. Okay. So first of all, I just want acknowledgement that my screen is visible to you.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
All right. Okay, beta. Thank you for acknowledging. So I have shared the PowerPoint resource. You can see this is the time period of Middle Ages, right? So for summarization, we need to go through it. That this was the AD 500 to 1485. What is the meaning of AD? Those who don't know, we can also discuss that. Do you know what is meant by AD? Which time it is covering?
Dark Ages.
No. G. Ahmed?
Ma'am, AD basically means that the period after the death of Jesus Christ, because the Christians count it as
Yes. Hmm. Yes, Ahmed. Beta, you were not just clear. Can you repeat your answer? Okay, all right. Um, I think so. There was network issue again. The answer was not audible, but he was right. Okay. Next, we are going to move forward towards the. Um, yes, Inaya, you are raising hand. Do you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there was a great divide between the poor and rich people. They had a little chance of improving their working. Feudalism controlled the social, economic, and political conditions of the life. It was a system for the people who lived in miserable conditions. France experienced a major overthrow of the feudal system known as French Revolution of 1789 CE.
Okay, beta, good. That's all right. Okay, my screen is shared. I have opened the next page for that. Society in the Middle Ages. Yes, Hamdan, can you unmute yourself and read it? What's written over here? How was it like society characteristics during the Middle Ages?
Society in the Middle Ages. When Geoffrey Chaucer wrote his Canterbury Tales in 1380s, he set them in the context of the time. He imagined a group of pilgrims going to the shrine of Thomas Becket at Canterbury. In his introduction, he tells us about the people who were there, including carpenter, cook, doctor, dyer, friar, knight, lawyer, merchant, miller, monk, nun, plowman, priest, prioress, reeve, sailor, soldier, squire, tapestry, weaver, and weaver.
And we were okay. Society in the Middle Ages again. Yes, Tathi Fatma, you can unmute and read this one.
So, medieval writers divide society into those who fight, those who pray, and those who work. And Chaucer included all three sorts of people in his book. From the list of his characters, which would you put into each category?
Okay. Yes, Ahmed, you can unmute yourself and please read this one. How Chaucer grouped them in the order. The order is given over here. Um, okay. Yes, Walid, you can unmute. Ahmed is not in the meeting. Yes, Walid, you can unmute.
Please close this tab.
Okay. Yes, Ahmed is there. Ahmed, was there any network issue or somebody is still kicking someone out from the meeting?
Ma'am, it was a network issue.
All right, that's fine. G, Walid, please read it.
Society in the Middle Ages. Chaucer grouped them in order. Knight, squire, soldier, who, those who fight. Priors, nun, priest, monk, peer, those who pray. Merchants, lawyer, carpenter, weaver, dyer, tapestry, weaver, cook, sailor, doctor, flogman, miller, and reeve, those who
Yes.
work. Squire,
Okay,
and
so
knight,
J. What he just did, he made the like different groups, three groups basically. He kept the all like these type of peoples, and you have to go through these all words and the meanings of their professions as well. If it's not clear to you, right? So dictionaries are with you. You can find out the meanings of every word. So simply he just put them in three types of groups, right? Square, prioress, and merchant. Okay, I'm going forward towards the next one. G. Feudal system. Yes. Yes, Ahmed, you can unmute yourself and please read the feudal system.
These groups were ordered into a social hierarchy known as the feudal system. It had the king at the top with all of the control and the peasants at the bottom doing all of the work. The feudal
Yes.
system provided order and stability. Everyone knew their place and what they had to do. The manorial system provided for an economy that was based on farming and being self sufficient on the manor.
Yes, king, lords and nobles and knights and peasants. You can see the groups. I'm just moving forward towards the next slide because many of the slides we need to cover. Okay, who were peasants? The majority of the population lived in the countryside in the Middle Ages and could be described as peasants. Peasants worked the land to produce food, fuel, wool, and other resources. So, are you clear that who were peasants in short? Okay, so like social hierarchy. At the upper end of the hierarchy were the free. At the bottom, freemen were often resourceful, smallholder renting land from the lord and even owning some land outright. They were able to make considerable amounts of money from their
Can I read
work.
this?
जी Okay. Wait, the vessel. I'm giving you chance. Better wait. Actually, I'm just okay. Yes. So what's written over there? It's manners. Who were the that was the lord's estate. The manor system was an economic arrangement between a lord and his serfs. The lord would provide serfs with housing, strips to farmland to grow their own food and protection from bandits. In return, the serfs tended the lord's lands, cared for his animals, and performed other tasks to maintain the estate. The manor was largely a self-sufficient community. Okay, I'm just going through it earlier, and then this resource will be shared to you, and you can go through it again. A day in the life of medieval lord, like you just need to go through this one article that was written over here. It's dawn and morning, 10 a.m. afternoon. Okay. Castle life in the Middle Ages. How was it? Like many nobles were living in the castles. The great hall was the center of the castle. The walls were decorated with tapestries. Everyone except the lord sat on benches. There was this was the outlook. Okay. Who were knights. The education of a young noble began early age from age 7. He would be sent off to the castle of another lord. He waited on his horse and learned courtly manners. He played chess and learned war strategies to develop fighting skills. He would practice sword fighting at around the age of 14. The boy would become a squire and would act as a servant to a knight. The squire took care of the knight's armor, weapons, and warehouses. The squire would also sort the knight to battles at around 21. A squire became a fully fledged knight. So these people are called knights. Okay, moving towards knights. Okay. Later on, battles were often for show. Knights were bound by the strict code of conduct that is called cavalry. Okay. According to this code, knights were expected to be brave, loyal, and all about knights. Okay. Next, life as a peasant. In the early Middle Ages, under the feudal system, the life of a serf was hard. Like who were serfs? I'm going through all of the screens, so are you getting that who were the serfs? They are saying that under the feudal system, early Middle Ages, the life of serfs was hard. So who were serfs? I'm talking about this word SERFS.
Ma'am, they're also peasants.
Yes, they were also peasant. I just want to see that. Okay, just for a minute, I'm just taking a pause on every slide and you can go through it. So I can move forward towards the next slide. Alright, so have you gone through this one slide? Life as a peasant.
Yes, ma'am.
Should I move forward? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. So just the main points we need to summarize from this, how the peasants were living life, how life was difficult for them. So um you can go through that how they were working in their huts and how they were living, like what was the source of their income. It's also given, and this all. Should I move forward towards the next?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. this is about that which of the foods they were taking, mainly vegetables. The usual drink was we. Oh, actually, there are total 28 slides that we need to go through. So let me just see that which one is most important for now, so we can start our task later on, and that would be shared in your group, so you can go through in detail. Okay. Is how the divisions were created among the people about the church and feudalism. Go through this one slide as well. And then this one slide is important. England develops the law. The royal courts of justice sent royal judges to every part of England at least once a year. They collected taxes, settled lawsuits, and punished crimes. There was the introduction of the use of the jury in English courts and whatever, etc. Okay. So have you gone through this slide as well? Should we move forward towards the task?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, once more I am trying to share the whiteboard with you. Please tell me that are you able to write down on that whiteboard or is it visible to you? I have edited. Please, can you acknowledge is it visible to you or not?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, no, it's not visible.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
It's not visible.
Not yet.
It is visible to me, but it's configuring.
Okay. Can you go through your option of whiteboard and just open it?
Ma'am, it's visible to me now.
Yes, it should be. I'm not getting why it is not visible. It should be visible. So Hamdan, is it visible that what I wrote down on the board?
Yes, ma'am, you wrote down mind map of Middle Ages.
Yes. So right, this is what. Um, so it's only visible to Hamdan, not anyone else.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Hamdan, which gadget you are using for your class, beta?
Phone.
Phone. Okay. I want to show you the worksheet that we have to discuss now, and that would also be your homework. So whiteboard was not successful, so I have shared my screen. You can go through it. This is the worksheet that you have to write down everything about the Middle Ages. When was the period of the Middle Age, right? What key events happened during this time? What was the life like during the Middle Ages? How did it differ from the life today? You need to include all of these points in your work, right? There's also one more worksheet that's about the map of the feudal system. Okay, so basically today we need to cover the Middle Ages as well and about the feudal system. These two would be covered for now. Okay, so I can just give you 2 or 3 minutes. Then I just want to take a quick responses that which of the points you would be including in your homeworks, right? So one is of Middle Ages, another worksheet is of feudal system. I'm also going to show you about that. So think for 2 minutes and then give me the answers. Books are also with you. You can take help from your books and then just give me the answer for that. Whatever you would be including in your home task. Yes, if I will be asking from you, first thing that you need to include is about that when was the Middle Age period? Yes, what was the time period of Middle Ages?
With the fall of the Roman Empire, Europe entered the period known as the Dark Ages, which lasted for nearly 1,000 years, 500 to 1500 CE.
Great. Yes, Ahmed.
Ma'am, it lasted from the fall of Roman Empire to the age of discovery and the Renaissance in the modern Europe, making it up to 1,000 years.
Well done. Right. Okay, what key events happened during this time? Any of the key events from any one of you?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Ji Momna.
Ma'am, the fall of the Roman Empire, the Dark Ages, and the French Revolution.
Ji. All right. These were the key events. If anyone from you want to add more of the events that were happened during this time,
Ma'am, can I?
जी जी.
Ma'am, so the exchange of knowledge
Ma'am,
happened
the Middle
between the
Ages were also called
Arabs and
as Dark
Europeans.
Ages.
Yes, Tavassal, you are right. Middle Ages are also called the Dark Ages. Right, beta? Yes, Ahmed, what were you saying?
Ma'am, I was saying that the exchange of knowledge happened between the Muslims and the Europeans when the Arab took over the Europe in Middle Ages.
Good point. Okay. Next, what was the life like during the Middle Ages? We have seen in detail that how they were living about the life of the peasants, like kings were ruling, and so what means these all things that you need to include during the life of the Middle Ages. Yes, Samdan. Ji Hamdan, please share.
Europeans lived in constant war, poverty, and hunger, and for many generations, especially from the 7th to 10th centuries.
Yes, exactly. How did it differ from the life today? Obviously, there are many differences from the life today. So, and what do you
Ma'am, I
think
can
that
also
life
see it.
life at that time was difficult? Obviously, this time life is easier. So it was not good for economic growth as well. If we would be comparing it with that. So how did it differ from life today? Anyone? Any point from here?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, can I tell?
Nata?
Yes, yes, Samdan.
And present day equality, there is equality and everyone can work on their some circumstances. But back then, in the Dark Ages, the feudal system did not allow the peasants ha- to work for themselves and to actually create a life for themselves.
Good, right? Yes, anybody else want to share?
Like nowadays we have like a total law and order. Meanwhile, if we look at the Middle Ages, the feudal system didn't give the basic needs, and there was a huge difference between the rich people and the poor people. Also, that the poor people were not allowed to change their state of honor, as they cannot become knights. They always stayed peasants. Like the people who were born peasants were peasants for their whole life.
Good. Yes, Ahmed, you want to share?
Ma'am, nowadays there is a democratic system, but in the old times, when they were born in family, so they carried it all around the family.
All right. Yes, the T has already told. Yes, anybody else want to share the answer for that? How life is difficult? Sorry, different from that term. Yes,
Ma'am, I think earlier they lived in huts and now we are living in homes.
yes. Do you know many people still are living in huts? No, so there's not a difference.
Ma'am, firstly there was not law and now there is law.
Yes, actually there is law now. Yes, Emma, do you want to share?
Ma'am, it was like
Ma'am,
that. And nowadays, everyone has privilege to work on their own selves and to provide
Yes,
benefit to the country. But in the old times, when they were born in peasants, they had to work for the peasants for whole lives. They couldn't be kings, nobles, or anything else.
good, right. Jeet the
Ma'am, like
What?
in the old times, there were kings and nobles working for the country, but now we have the prime ministers and all the judges, community that works collectively. And at that time, there was the king who was deciding everything overall.
All right. So for that, I'm just going to end the class, but just let you know that two worksheets and this PowerPoint resource would be shared in your group for your homework. You have to do these two worksheets on your notebook as a homework, and I already told that these are so much important. PowerPoint resources are there for your help. So for revision, we are just going to summarize quickly from the topics, just the main points and their summarizations. These points should be like on your fingertips, and you have to learn these points, right? So see you tomorrow, inshallah. Homework will be shared in the group. Do it on your history notebooks, and see you tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Allah
Well
Hafiz. Allah
done.
Hafiz.
Ma'am,
Khudafis.
Ma'am, ma'am, I have a question.
Ji ji, Allah.
Ma'am, is break for 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
Break is for 10 minutes. Actually, I think I took your 5 minutes more. Actually, break was of 10 minutes and I took more time, I think.
Okay,
Excuse me,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Ji
Ma'am, is
Anas.
medieval and Middle Ages both are same thing?
Yes, middle and dark ages are the same thing,
Oh,
beta.
Ma'am, will there
okay.
be gym class?
Yes, wasn't it yesterday?
Oh,
Okay, beta, there would be. There would be. Okay.
Ma'am, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.